Our topic is on the Spanish gypsies.
They are known as free travelers. They go to their work in small or larger groups.
The Gypsies originated in India and first appeared in Spain in 1425, where they were well accepted.
Their move to Spain was because gypsies were expelled from one country after another. They shuffled between them, and many of the gypsies eventually ended up in Spain.
The Hungaros. When the persecution of non-Christian groups, the gypsies were attacked as well as leaving them unwelcome and unaccepted.
There are two main groups of gypsies.
The first group is called the gitanos, who live predominantly in southern and central Spain. Many of them took up a sedentary form of life, working as street vendors or entertainers. Although poor and largely illiterate, they were usually well integrated into Spanish society.
The Hungaros, however, are Calabres, one of the divisions of the group from Central Europe. They were much more poor than the gitanos and lived in an entirely nomadic lifestyle, usually in tents or shacks around larger cities. They made their living by begging or stealing, and they were much more of a problem for the Spanish authorities.
They did a lot and still do a lot for Spain and Spanish culture.
They tend to farms during the agricultural season, and they also brought on the famous flamenco dance and brought clothing, fashion, and cuisine. One old dish still loved by many today is called gypsy stew. It is a mix of vegetables, plants, and meats, usually ones available for the day.
Although they have an importance in Spanish society, they were really outsiders. They were seen as thieves and were not so allowed to live in the same neighborhoods as the Spanish.
They were discriminated against and really didn't participate in Spanish society much, but worked hard to have an honest life.
The gypsies were persecuted and were badly stereotyped. They were badly treated by the Spanish.
I feel like the gypsies would have been more accepted in society if the Spanish had just let them in, and they would have been more punctual and had more proper manners and would have been able to adapt to the Spanish society if they were accepted.
I feel that the situation in which the gypsies were put in was terrible, but they made the best of it and tried to make a good life for themselves. And some of the stereotypes that gypsies were fallen into were bad and mostly not true.
Gypsies' attire represent culture, ethics, and religion. Upper body clothes and lower body clothes are treated differently.
Upper body clothes, our appearance should be kept away from the lower body attire and surfaces.
Men wear clothes that represent their masculinity and power. Some examples of this style are urban cowboy hats, loud colorful pants or jeans, and casual modern polo shirts. You don't have to say that if you don't want to.
Many people were associated with gypsy women attire with long, vibrant, flowy skirts with tops that show the belly and lots of gold and silver. This is most common with belly dancers. Some picture the typical gypsy with Pirates of the Caribbean styles.
However, traditional gypsy attire consists of long skirts that cover at least mid-calf and a scarf wrapped around their long hair. Most gypsy women do have leeway to wear low-cut tops and in fact rarely ever wear tops that cover their upper body.
Children are seen as pure until they reach puberty and are so allowed to wear non-traditional clothing. And that concludes our Spanish gypsy presentation.